So just let your body weigh down against the floor. Start feeling your hips open wider as your upper body sinks deeper down. And take this moment to just really notice how heavy your body can get with every exhale. So we breathe in and we notice this sensation of this light body, light headedness. And when we breathe out, we feel this transformation into this sense of a more heavy, dense weight that sinks us towards the floor. And as we find this moment of pause, just really take the time to breathe. We breathe in gently, softly, slowly, and we breathe out a long, deep breath out. And we want to try and keep both the inhale and the exhale with the same length, which will bring us to a state of balance in our heart and our brainwave state. Allows us to tap into our parasympathetic nervous system and bringing us to a more sense of relaxation, surrendering, and calm. And maybe even circle your arms behind you, palms face up as your hands are closer towards your hips. And you can bring either your forehead or your cheek down. And just notice how different this sensation is than from your arms forward. Let the shoulders rest. And just pick if you want to keep your cheek onto the floor, your forehead, or your chin. And tune in to the breath. Keep breathing, creating your rhythm and your length. Breathe in. And breathe out. We start activating our Ujjayi breath, creating a little constriction in the back of the throat when we exhale. And this way we start activating circulation in the body. We start heating up the body. But we still keep the same length as the breath in and the breath out. Kind of just hear the sound of the waves. This little stretch in the back of our throat. And we start noticing how just by activating the Ujjayi breath, we feel a more sense of movement in the body. We feel a little shift in our energy flow. We begin to circle our arms again up and over the floor in front of our head. We're going to slide our right arm under our left to just get a little shoulder stretch in our right shoulder. Point your left shoulder down. And again, you can keep your left cheek down. You can keep your chin, forehead down, or you can even bring your left cheek down. Find a little twist here and go deeper into it. And notice how that feels. And once you're there, take a breath, connect with the breath, and release tension as you exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. And slowly let's switch. Right hand slides forward, left hand slides under. Left palm points up and just explore with the chin, right cheek or left cheek. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in and exhale. Wow, the cats are wild today. Let's slide the hand forward and look forward, kind of like an active child's pose. So press the hands down, really sink the chest down, and kind of like take your elbows off of the floor, really pressing against the floor, and you'll feel deeper into the hips. Breathe in here and out. And as we look forward, we're going to start sniffing onto the floor and sliding forward. And we'll notice that our hips, our legs, are going to start opening out to the side. Yeah. Hey, you two. Now our legs are nice and open. Bring your hands closer to your rib cage. Open them out quite wider a bit. Press the hips down, and then press your hands down. Really feel into the hips as you lift your upper body. Yeah. And once you're here, roll over to the right and look over your right shoulder, and you can always bend your right knee a bit and kick your butt back, and notice how that feels into the hip. You come back, press the hips down, roll over to the left, and you can always bend the left knee a bit. Look over your left shoulder. We come back, lengthen the leg, and let's do that again on both sides. Bend the right. And bend and look over to the left. Beautiful. From here, come back to center. We slowly lower down. As we lower down, we're going to bring our feet together, press the hands down, and come back into child's pose. And here we go again. We look forward, squeeze the elbows in, and we slide forward as our feet open up to the sides. Yes, really feel into the hips here. Press the hands down and lift the upper body. Open up. I like to find a little micro bend here in my elbows instead of just stretching it all out. And as I find this micro bend, I press my hips down towards the floor more. Really feel into the hip. And I roll over to the right. Maybe I get a little deeper stretch here, bending the right knee more. Come back to center. Roll over to the left. Come back to center Slowly lower. Bring our feet together. Press the hands down and send your butt back. Yes. And one last one. Look one last time. Look forward. Slide. Legs will open out. Press the hands down. Open up through the upper body. Press the hips down. Roll over to the left or the right. Find which one works best. Maybe you'll get a deeper bend here in your left knee. Maybe it'll feel more comfortable. Kind of like a half frog. Wiggle through the hip here. And then we slide and we go over to the right or the left, whatever side you picked. Maybe you'll get a deeper bend here in the knee. Play with the hip, sending the hip forward and back. Forward and back. We come back, we slide, open up, lower, bring your feet together, press the hands down, kick the butt back into child's pose. Yeah. And we inhale, look forward, and slide forward. Now this time our feet come together. Slide your hands behind you into Shalabhasana. Take your feet off of the floor, squeeze your legs together, point your hands down. Inhale as we circle our hands forward. Exhale, come up, lift your upper body and your feet and circle your arms back. Inhale as we lower, slide the arms forward. Exhale, back. Two more. Inhale, circle forward. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale. And exhale, back. Slowly, hands next to the rib cage, lower. Step your left foot behind your right. Press your hands down and come up into a seated. As soon as you come up into a seated, just get a stretch here. Slide your hands over to the right. Send that right heel down. Don't let the left knee collapse, but just stretch over to the left, to the right. Find a little wiggle in the spine. Find a little wiggle in the hip. Just remember to keep your right foot active. Now from here, bring your hands closer to your body. Press the hands down and we're going to step our right foot outside our right hand. So lift and slide. Find a squat. Knees open nice and wide. Really feel into your hips and give a little wiggle in the spine. I really like the wiggly sensation. Right hand stretches in front of your right knee. Left hand circles up and over. Look over that left shoulder. Now you can keep your palm facing down and you can hold your hand on the back of your head and really open up through the left shoulder blade, trying to keep your chin towards your armpit. And your hand serves like a hammock. And we circle forward and let's go over to the left. Left hand pushes the left knee, right hand circles up and over. Look over that right shoulder blade. Right hand holds onto your head. Open up. Ooh. we come back to center and press the elbows down. Now the same way we came in, we're coming out, but to the other side, okay? So hands come down, left leg is going to slide through. Yeah, and just find a little stretch here. Yeah. Remember to press that left heel down. Keep your thigh active. And just find that little wiggle. Stretch your arms further back and your butt back. You can even feel a stretch in the shoulder, lower back. Ooh. And press the hands back up, closer to the body. We're coming back into a squat. As we press the hands, lift the back leg, the left leg, and step the left leg outside. Find your deeper squat here. If you want more load, hands come up high. We don't want to let the knees collapse inward, so we're really rolling onto all 3 points of our feet, under our heel, under our big toe and our pinky. We're pressing the knees out. We feel the whole foot down. Arms are nice and high. So try not to round the spine forward. Try to open the chest nice and high. Breathe in and out. Lower the hands down. We're going to bring our left knee down towards me, girls. Right knee is bent in front of you. We're going to find kind of like a low lunge, but with a nice and stable hip. Yes, pelvis. And let's get a stretch in that quad. Left hand circles and grabs the foot. Roll your shoulders out. The more you bring your heel towards the butt, the more you're going to feel into that left quad. Yeah, open up. Breathe. Just to find a nice, yummy stretch to begin with. And let's progress into a higher squat. So we're going to take release the left foot, take the left knee off of the floor. We're going to open into a squat, kind of like a goddess pose, and bring your hands onto your knees. Roll your knees from side to side. Let's get a little twist here. Left shoulder points down. Press your left hand towards your knee. Yeah. And we come back up. Right shoulder points down. And we come back up. And one more on each side. Left. Come back up. And right. Come back up. From here, try and keep the level. Point your right knee in. Right knee comes down. You should already be feeling into the legs. Circle the right hands, the hands behind you, and grab your right foot. Find that stretch in our right thigh. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more breath in. Exhale as we release. Take that back knee off of the floor. Keep the hips low. Open the right hip. Arms come up high, and let's find goddess pose. Bend the elbows. And let's stay here for a few breaths. Breathe in for one. Exhale. Breathe in for two. Maybe sink deeper on your exhale. Breathe in for three. Breathe in for four. We go straight into lizard pose all the way onto the right. So hands come inside our right leg, lengthen the left leg, and bring your left knee down. Let your hips sink, and you can stay here, or forearms come down. Inside your right leg, yes. And you can always press your right hand against your right knee and roll onto the outer edge of your right foot and open your shoulder blade. Breathe. Breathe. And breathe. We slowly press. Come up into that low lunge and stay here for a few breaths. Yeah, sink the hip. Roll your shoulders back. You can always, girls, circle the arms back. Arms can always come up and over our head. And if you even feel, you can press the knee out and really open the shoulders. Just pick whatever variation serves you best. Really engage your glutes. Yeah. We slowly come back up, flex the back foot, take the back knee off of the floor, open the left hip back into that goddess pose. Woo-hoo. Feel into that. Breathe in for 1. Exhale. Breathe in for 2. Exhale. Breathe in for 3. Exhale. Breathe in for 4. Exhale. Here you go over to the left. Hands come down. Find that lizard. Sink the hip. You can stay here where forearms can come down. And again, you can always roll onto the outer edge of your left foot and press your left hand against your left knee, opening up through that left shoulder blade. Breathe in for 1. Exhale. Breathe in for 2. Engage your glutes. Exhale. Breathe in for 3. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. And we slowly come back up and find that low lunge. Sink the hips and pick whatever variation of the arms works best for you. And keep the hands onto the lower back, hands behind you. You can even interlace the hands if you'd like. Or you can circle the arms up and over your head. Really sink the hip down. You can always press your hands against the knee and open up through your chest and shoulders. Breathe. The cats are going wild. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. 1 more breath in. And out. And let's stabilize the pelvis. Flex the back foot. Take the back knee off of the floor. Open up and find that squat again. Goddess pose. Now from goddess pose, we're going to lengthen. Breathe in. And exhale. Find goddess pose. Inhale as we lengthen. And exhale, find goddess pose. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, goddess. Inhale as we lengthen here. Point our toes in, our heels slightly out. Salamba Saravangasana, Dasharita Padottanasana, forward fold. Hands can come onto your hips and just feel the stretch on the back line. Lengthen the spine here and slowly lower. And as you lower, you can release the hips and grab your 2 big toes with your 2 peace fingers. Now pull your toes towards your body, send your chest down and forward, and your elbows come out. Really find a stretch in your whole spine, in your whole back line, your posterior chain. Breathe. 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 And breathe. Release the big toes. Hands come to the midline. We lengthen the spine. We point the right toe out to the front of the mat. We bend the right knee. Lift the back heel and sink the hip here into that low lunge. But this time, we've got all the opening in the shoulders. Circle the right hand up and over. And remember, we're not rolling forward, we're opening. Bend the left knee and grab your ankle. Yes. You can roll that right knee out, rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot, and maybe find more space to sink deeper. Grab the foot, and the more you bring the foot closer to the butt, maybe the more comfortable you'll feel because we already got that stretch in the quad. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And out. And we release here. We take the back knee off of the floor. We circle the right hand up and over as we begin to lengthen our right leg. Take the right toes off of the floor and feel into the back of the right hamstring. The back heel is also off here, and we're going to play with the switch in the heel and the toes. So send your heels in the back of the foot down. You should really feel the stretch in the shin, calf. Then we're going to switch. We're going to bring the right toes down and lift the heels. Yes, and again, lift the right toes, left heels come down. And exhale, switch. And again. And exhale, switch. And again. And exhale, switch. Now send your left heel down, right toes point down. You can adjust the space between your legs, and you can hold on to your shin, you can hold on to the front of the floor, or press the back of your right hand towards your shin as you circle your left arm up and over and find Trikonasana. So in Trikonasana, we really want to press the left hip, heel down, and open up through the left hip. You should feel the whole hip, lower back, right hamstring, and full spine. Get a nice, yummy stretch. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. And exhale, circle the left hand down, and we're going to transition back to center into Prasarita Padottanasana. Point your toes in, heels out. Inhale as we halfway lift, look up. And exhale as we fold forward. Inhale as we halfway lift. Exhale as we fold forward, and we walk our hands through the midline. We try to pass the line of our hip with our hands as we press our head down towards the floor. So we kind of like want to bring the top of the head down. Walk the hands back and keep your fingers pointing forward. Breathe. 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 And breathe. We come back up, lengthen the spine, Point your left toe back to the back of the mat. Walk the hands through the center. Lift the back heel. Bend the left knee and sink the hip, bringing the right knee down. Yes, we're going to find that lizard here. Twist. So circle your left arm up and over your head. And bend your right knee, trying to grab your right foot. And really bring that right heel towards the butt. This should feel a lot more comfortable. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more. And we release. Circle the left hand up and over. Lift the right knee off of the floor. And from here, start lengthening your left leg. And you can adjust the distance between one leg and the other. And let's play with the heel toes. So send your right heel down as your left toes point up. Really find that yummy stretch in the calf. And then switch. Lift the right heel, press the left toes down. And here, find length in the spine. You'll notice you'll find a deeper stretch. And switch. Back heel comes down. And then switch. Front toes come down, back heel comes up. Lengthen the spine. And heel down, toes up. And switch. Toes down, heel up. Last one. Yeah. And we're going to find Trikonasana. So adjust the length between one leg and the other. Send the right heel down. Left hand can press against the floor, can press against the shin. As we begin to circle the right hand up and over. Find your Trikonasana. And remember again, if you feel like your front knee is hyperextending, find a micro bend here. It's really more about pressing the back heel down, finding an opening in the right hip. Really stretch that right hand up and over. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Release the air, circle the arm up and over your head towards your left foot. And then we're going to circle the left foot inwards and find Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale as we look forward. Exhale, we start sliding our hands forward a bit. We begin to bend our knees towards the floor. Yeah. Bend your knees towards the floor. And now we found that full frog. So slowly, the knees open up nice and wide. Yeah, and let's stay here for a few breaths. And you can always wiggle forward and back. Let's stay here for 5 full breaths. Breathe in. And exhale, release. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Breathe in. Exhale, release. One more breath in. And exhale. Release. Press the hands down. Lift the upper body. Bring your toes together, your feet together. And let's come into a seated position. Yeah.
Now play with the wiggle in the hip here, sending the hip forward, just feel into the hip socket. Yeah, forward, ooh, and back. Forward, and back. Forward, yes, and back. One more, and back. And we're going to bring our hands down as we slide the right foot. The right foot is going to slide in. Yeah. And we're going to just adjust this S seat here. Our right foot is towards our left knee. And just play with the left hip here. Send it back and forward. Back. Yeah, and forward. Back and forward. One more, back and forward. Left hand slides towards your right knee. Right hand slightly behind you, and we're going to look over our left shoulder. Yeah, and really send your left hip forward. Find a stretch in the neck. Breathe. Really engage the glutes. Breathe. Breathe. One more breath in. And out. We slowly send the right hip down. And we're going to actively here slide our legs forward and send our left hip down. So play with that mobility here. Remember that mobility and strength walk together. And here we go. We're going to find kind of like a split. Upavista Konasana. Press the heels down. Play with the pelvis first. Send the pelvis back and forward. It's not about the shoulder. It's just the pelvis. And if you've got a block with you, that's where I want you to play with the pelvis. So you're just going to place the block right here. Yeah. And play with sending your pelvis forward and trying to keep the belly touching the block. So we've got all this opening already in the hip. Yeah. And play with the pelvis, send it back and forward again. Now touch the belly onto the block and lean forward. So it's not about rounding your spine, it's more about playing with the pelvis. Engage the glute. Notice if you feel any difference, if you find more space. Point your toes up high, press the heels down, and play with this pelvis. Pelvic tilt here. Anterior and posterior tilt. Breathe. Let's take 5 breaths here. Breathe in for 1. Exhale. Breathe in for 2. Exhale. Breathe in for 3. Remember that on the exhale, you can go deeper, slowly, even if it's like a millimeter, slowly. Breathe in for 4. Yeah, girls. Breathe in for 5. We slowly come back up. Whoa. I really feel into that hip socket. Now we're going to do the exact same thing onto the other side, okay? So we're going to start pointing our right hip forward as we bend the knees and find an S seat. Yes. So your left heel is kind of touching your right or towards your right knee. Bring your right hand onto your hip and send your hip forward and back. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Let's find that twist. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Open up through the chest, send your right hip forward and look over your right shoulder. Squeeze your glutes. Breathe. breathe, and breathe. And we come back, we release the twist, and again, we're going to find this active movement back into Upavista Konasana. Keep our toes active, slide the legs, press the right hip down and point the right toes up. Yeah, adjust here. Play with that pelvic tilt, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And start folding forward. Bring your block right in front of you. And remember, we want to play with the pelvic tilt. It's not about rounding the spine. Suck that belly in, lengthen the spine, roll your shoulders out, pop your chest forward, and fold forward. Ooh, maybe you'll notice you'll go a bit deeper. Press the heels down, point the toes up high, engage the thighs, breathe in, and exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, and exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, and exhale, fold forward. And notice if you're going deeper. Breathe in, and exhale, fold forward. We slowly come back up. Whoa. I'm all shaky here. Come back up. And we're going to find Ekapada Raja Kapotasana to the right. So we start actively, girls. It's not about just bending the knees, okay? A little bit of mobility requires strength, okay? Activation. So as we point our left hip down, we bend our right knee. Yeah, find this active here. This is not easy, really. And we start adjusting. Right hand outside the right knee, left hand outside the left foot. We start pointing our left hip down. And you can activate that back foot to find even more length. Really stretch that left quad and adjust, pointing your left hip forward and down instead of collapsing. Yeah. And let's take a few pulsations here. Release the back foot, pulse down. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as we come up. Exhale, let's come down and let's stay down. Breathe. Breathe for 2. Breathe for 3. Breathe for 4. And breathe for 5. And we slowly come up. We're going to try and take the full variation, but before we take the full variation, bend your left knee. Yeah, and you should really feel the stretch in the quad, but it feels more comfortable because we have already gotten all the stretch. Left hand grabs. Yeah, open up through the shoulder now. Maybe right hand grabs. Kind of like we did in that low lunge. Yeah, so kick the foot against the hand against the foot, and open up through the shoulders. Now, if you can't quite grab both hands onto the foot, it's okay, just use one. Or if you've got a little strap, use the strap. Breathe. Breathe. Feel that stretch. Woo! And then we release. And here we go. Right hand comes right in front of us. Our left hand is going to point inwards this time. Yeah, we're going to start bringing the left foot towards the left elbow. We still point the left hip forward. We can stay here. We can lift the right hand. We can circle the right hand up and over, or maybe even grab the right hand up behind our back. Find your point of stability. Find your dristi. Use your breath and activate your bandha so the energy flows through the midline of your body. Yes, breathe. Perfect. Perfect. And slowly, my beauties, we release. Woo! And hey, let's do that mobility in the hip here. So it's not just sinking the hip back, active. Send the left hip back, press the left heel down as we slide the right leg forward and feel into that hip. Woo! Give it a little wiggle. Give it a little wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah, into the hip. And again, find that pelvic tilt, forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Tilt completely. Just find a few breaths here. Notice how much more comfortable this feels. Bring that block right in between. Breathe in and out. Okay, let's come back up. La même chose to the other side. Okay, so we're going to actively, right hip is going to point down, right toes point inwards. Left knee is going to start bending. Yeah. Now here we're just going to adjust. Left hand outside the left knee, right hand outside the right foot. Adjust the right foot back and send the hip forward and down. And again, I like to flex my foot so that I can find more length and a deeper stretch and adjust the alignment in my hips. And let's take a few pulsations here. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up high. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up high. Exhale, fold forward. Last one. And lower. Breathe in for 1. Exhale. Breathe in for 2. Exhale. Breathe in for 3. Exhale. Breathe in for 4. Exhale. Last breath. Exhale. Press the hands down. Lengthen. Yeah. Bend the right knee. Circle the right hand behind you and grab the foot. Roll the shoulder out. Same thing with the left. If your left hand can grab the foot, great. Just bring the heel towards the butt. Try to find that space. And again, try not to collapse in the hip, okay? So send the right hip forward and back. Even if you have this gap, look at this cat, dude. Sink the hip here and open up. It's about kicking the foot, opening the shoulders, and pressing the hands against the heel, the ankle, so that you really feel the stretch in the shoulders, in the chest, and in the thigh. Breathe. Breathe. Woo! All right, and we slowly release. Adjust, left hand comes down. Change, now we open up. Yeah, we slide the foot. We can hold on to the foot or slide the foot towards the elbow. Yeah. Left hand circles up and over and hold on to the hand, or just slide the hand forward, or even keep your hand in front of you. Again, we don't want to collapse in the hip, okay? Even if you find a gap here, it's fine. Just use gravity and your breath to allow the sinking. Inhale, perfect. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Woo! Last one. And we slowly exhale and release. Yes. And again, my girls, active. Active here. Right hip. The toes start pointing up and we create the external rotation. And we slide the left leg forward. Oh, you should really feel into the hips here. Open up. Give it a little wiggle. Yeah, forward and back. Forward and back. That's a deep stretch you got there, Marta. Well done. Nice opening. Breathe. And again, use your block here, girls. Notice how much deeper you can go. Further forward. Engage your thighs, engage your glutes. Point the heels down, toes high. And it's really not about pushing too far. It's about feeling how further you can go. The cat, I don't know what's going on. And we slowly come up, beauties. Now before we go into our peak pose, let's just get one more final little stretch. Bend your knees. Woo! My goodness. Feet together. Baddha Konasana. Yeah. Give it a little move. Lengthen the spine. Fold forward. Press the elbows towards the knees and fold forward without rounding the spine. So roll your shoulders back, your chest forward, and send your chin forward. Ooh. You can always bring your hands onto your knees here if you'd like as well. Just give it a little further stretch. And again, it's not about pushing too deeper. It's about really feeling how far you can go, respecting every single millimeter you have. Ooh. And we come back up. Alrighty, here we go. Grab your left foot and let's hug that left foot. Wiggle from side to side. So we got the shoulder stretch, we got the opening in the shoulder. We've warmed up our upper body, we found a bit more space, but mostly we've really opened up into the lower body. So we'll find a deeper angle here. Now let's hold on to our left foot with our right hand from over. Yeah. Now we're going to try and bring our left knee under our left shoulder. Yeah, just find that adjustment here. Squeeze it in. And we're going to slide the left hand out to the side. Once we slide the left hand out to the side, if you have a strap here, Marta, you can use a strap or a rope or a towel. We're just going to start kicking the left foot out. Kick the left foot out. Kick, 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 kick. And again, we open up through the shoulder instead of rounding the shoulder forward, okay? Open up and look under your right armpit. And you'll find a deeper stretch into that right leg. Breathe. Yeah, guys, breathe. Really open up. Breathe in for 2. Breathe in for 3. Breathe in for 4. And 5. We slowly lower We release. Whoa. Beautiful. Give it a little move. Let's go on to the other side. Hold on to that right leg. Suck it in and wiggle it out. And again, we're not collapsing here, okay, or lengthening. This cat today is so funny. Grab your right foot with your left hand on the outside, outer edge, but over. Then we're going to hug our right knee behind our right shoulder. Beautiful. Our right butt cheek is going to come off completely off of the floor. We're going to try and bring it back. Slide the right hand out. And walk the right hand back if you need to help you find more space and push your shoulder against the knee. From here we start lengthening the right leg. Bring your chin towards your armpit and open up looking under your left armpit. And here we go. Breathe in for 1. Exhale. Breathe in for 2. Exhale. Breathe in for 3. Exhale. Breathe in for 4. Exhale. Breathe in for 5. And exhale as we slowly return. We release. Bring your feet together. Slide the feet further a bit. Slide your hands under your legs. And now just let gravity weigh you down. No activation, just letting gravity do the work. Woohoo! Breathe. And slowly we unroll back up. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. And I know you're facing me, but if you were facing the side, you would circle your legs to the front of the mat and take a Navasana. And we're all shaky here. The hips are like, whoa, what have you done? And we slowly come down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly and completely, and go straight into happy baby. Bend your knees, hold the outer edges of your feet. Draw your lower back down and your shoulders down. Wiggle from side to side. Give yourself a yummy massage. Release the feet, place the feet down, and just let both feet step on the outer edges of the mat and draw the knees down towards the right, getting a nice stretch and getting a nice twist. You can always place your right foot over your left knee if you want to go a bit deeper. We shouldn't be feeling anything in the knee, so feel where you can distribute the weight. And we slowly release, come back to center, and let's roll over to the left. And you can let your left foot rest over your right knee. And then we come back to center. We just adjust the spine and we slide our legs all the way forward. Letting your feet drop to the sides. Adjust your shoulders by rolling them up, back, and down. Palms rest next to the body facing up. Bring your chin towards your neck to just lengthen the spine. Your chin towards your chest. And then slowly lower, vertebra by vertebra, trying to keep a neutral spine. Close your eyes and just really sink in all the benefits, all the sensations of today's practice.